Dear participants, before we start the session, I request everyone to mute your audio and video because it would disrupt the resource person session. Any questions can be asked at the last of the session in the Q&A time. Thank you. Mr. Silva, sir, stop presenting your screen, sir. Happy note to one and all present here. On behalf of the management, Administrator Reverend Sister Dr. N. Baby, our beloved Principal Dr. R. Rubin, I take immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the Day-5 National Virtual Faculty Development Program on Research Methodology, Writing Content for Thesis, organized by the Department of Business Administration along with IQAC of St.Joseph College Arts and Science, Chennai. As a Bible verse from Proverbs 2 6 to 7 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth comes knowledge and understanding." I invite our convener, Mrs. M. Christina, Head Department of Business Administration, to lead us in prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Spirit. Dear Almighty and ever-loving God, we glorify and thank you, your name. You have showered us with much so blessings, and your presence continuously reminds us your faithfulness and guidance. May we humbly ask you to shower our resource person today of your greatest inspiration so that we may share as most of his knowledge in this field of expertise. Your infinite blessing is made the success of this national virtual faculty development. We ask this in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and our Lord Savior. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to introduce the resource person for the session. I call upon Mr. Magesh G, Assistant Professor from the Department of Business Administration, to do the honors.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. It's my immense pleasure to introduce our esteemed resource person, Dr. C. Prashanth Kumar, an accomplished academician. Serves as the coordinator of PG Department of Commerce at Soundarya Institute of Management and Science, located in Bangalore. His professional journey is marked by a dynamic blend of industry exposure spanning over 2 years and academic teaching tenure of 14 years across disciplines. He published 23 research papers and many more journals and also presented at both national and international conferences. Additionally, he has authorized 2 textbooks. His extensive experience in academics serves as a testament to his dedication and proficiency in advancing the real lessons of education and research. His tremendous information brings a wealth of knowledge and practical insights to our today's session. Thank you, sir, and welcome you all.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Let's start, madam.
Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, one and all presenting here. First of all, I would like to say thanks to the management as well as faculty members of St. Joseph College of St. Joseph College in Chennai, and also thanks to our beloved colleague Vaibhav S. Arvade, who is going to introduce to me in the College of St. Joseph, as well as in academic, as well as in writing the textbook and conference, whatnot. So, and also welcome all of the participants who are going to. I have got an opportunity to share my knowledge regarding that SPSS or technical whatever the session. So I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Dr. Prashanth Kumar, CP, HOD, and coordinator of PG Department of Commerce at Soundarya Institute of Management and Science in Bangalore. Now, before going to the session, today I'm going to cover the non-parametric test. I think in the last 3 days, continuously the research experts share their knowledge regarding the theoretical aspects as well as practical aspects with respect to parametric test. Now, before going to the non-parametric test, we should know that some basic knowledge of research. I think we all know that research is nothing but to innovate new things, find out the new and innovative aspects. But in this statistical tool is one of the main and crucial role. It plays in very important aspects in the framing of hypotheses as well as that's the part of analysis of data. Generally, the tests are used to collect the data and assess outcome and determine the viability and reliability of the research findings. So the statistical tools and techniques we are going to use to find out whether the hypotheses are reliable to our topic or the objectives or overall the research topic. So based on the analysis or based on the questionnaire and data collection, then we are going to choose the statistical tools which is suitable for evaluation purpose. So generally there are two types of statistical test which used to evaluate the evaluation, that is a parametric and non-parametric test. In the parametric test, there are few tests such as called t-test, ANOVA, f-test and z-test. which were yesterday explained our colleague Vaibhav with some examples, and it was very quite interesting. Now, this is the next part of the statistical test called non-parametric. Those tests are not based on specific assumption. Generally, what we are going to do before going to analysis, first we are going to frame the hypothesis. Hypothesis means assumption. So parametric and non-parametric both required assumptions, but the small difference is the parametric test, we are going to find out the data and analysis based on the assumption. But non-parametric, we are going to do analysis based on the handful documents or information. Once we conduct the question, once we prepare the questionnaire, conduct the survey, we have handful information. Based on that information, we are going to apply the non-parametric test. In non-parametric test, the few tests I quoted here, chi-square test, Kruskal Valley, Friedman test, and Mann U test. So these are the main non-parametric test and analysis part. Here, why we have to use non-parametric? That's a simple question. Non-parametric test known as distribution-free test or statistical test that don't require any assumption. I already explained why it is not required assumption. It's only be depending upon the hands-full data is available. Based on the data, we are going to put the statistical tools. The question is when you can use non-parametric test. Generally, when the data is non-normal, means when the data is heterogeneous. When the data is homogeneous, we are not going to prefer this non-parametric test. When the data is heterogeneous, we are going to prefer non-parametric test is one of the main reason. Second thing, when the data is a small sample size, I quoted here 30:30 formula. Why I quoted 30:30 formula? 30 questionnaires, 30 respondents, then we will get reliable data. So it is useful to analysis. We have to frame 30 questions and we have to conduct survey 30 respondents. This is the basic requirement for any test, not only parametric and non-parametric. For any test, the 30:30 formula it will helpful. Third one, when data is ordinal or categorical, there are three types of scales: nominal, ordinal, and rank or scale. Generally, what we are going to do when the categorical like ordinal scale, which is suitable, the non-parametric test, which is suitable to find out the analysis with the help of ordinal category. And data is unknown distribution. When data is unknown distribution means, I told you when the fruitful data information in our hand is useful, but sometimes when to find out the relationship between two variables, that is unknown distribution, then the non-parametric, especially chi-square, which is suitable for the particular aspect. When unsure about data characteristics, see, I told you this is the heterogeneous, we cannot sure about the outcome. It's only after the survey we can get the information. That's why it's not sure about the characteristics. Maybe depending upon the age, qualification, income, gender, these are all the factors we are going to consider. That's why this card as they're not sure about the characteristics of the respondents. When extreme values, when data contains extreme values, I told you the minimum 30:30 formula. But for example, if the person going to do research in PhD thesis, they required minimum 200 or 300 respondents. That time also this chi-square and non-parametric test are useful to analysis purpose. That's why when data contains extreme values, we can suggest the non-parametric test. There are few differences between non-parametric and non-parametric. The parametric is assumed distribution which is normal. I told you the parametric is based on assumption which is quite normal. But with non-parametric, they mentioned any either hypothesis assumption or non-assumption. Both can be considered in non-parametric that related to particular test which we are going to apply. Second thing, assumed variance. The parametric test is a homogeneous, but non-parametric is both homogeneous and heterogeneous. Most of the time we are going to prefer heterogeneous. That means we should not like that, we should not go for homogeneous. But non-parametric test is applicable both homogeneous as well as heterogeneous scale. Third one, typical data. In a parametric, ratio or intervals we are going to consider, but in non-parametric, ordinal or nominal scale we are going to prefer. And data relationship, the parametric is independent, non-parametric both dependent as well as independent, and we are going to consider. In the parametric, usual central measures based on the mean values, but in non-parametric we are going to consider based on the median values. And in the parametric, we can draw more conclusion with respect to the benefit, but non-parametric is a simplicity and affected by outliers. That means we can go to what we called simplification. We can draw a conclusion or interpretation. So these are the main some differences between parametric as well as non-parametric test. There are few types of non-parametric test. One is chi-square, second one Friedman, third one Kruskal Wallis U-test, and Mann-Whitney test. So these are all mainly classification, 4 types of non-parametric test. You should go for what is the difference between these 4 and why we are going to apply chi-square, when you are going to apply Friedman, when you are going to apply Kruskal Wallis, and when you are going to apply Mann-Whitney test, because all these comes under non-parametric only. But the based on the which scale we are going to apply for which test. That's the main important aspects here. First one is the chi-square test. Generally, we know that the chi-square we are going to use to know the relationship between 2 variables. It may be dependent variable or independent variable. With the help of chi-square, we are going to find out the relationship. There is a relationship between 2 variables or not. In the non-parametric, we don't assume any specific distribution for the data. The purpose of applying chi-square is it can use to check variable are associated or interdependent. I told you there are 2 variables we are going to consider, dependent variable and independent variable. We are going to find out whether is the associated with each other, is there any relationship between each other. So that we are going to find out with the help of this chi-square test. Second one, the purpose of applying this chi-square. Observed frequency match with the expected frequency. Observed frequency means we are going to framing the hypothesis based on observed frequency, depending upon the assumption. But when you are going to apply non-parametric test, that is after the collection of data, that is called expected frequency, because based on hands-full data, we are going to apply which test is suitable for which types of questions. That is called expected frequency. Third one, it can lead to significant result even if result and effects is small. I told you the 30-30 formula. When the data is very small and the questionnaire is very minimal, 30 questions and 30 respondents. This is the what you call the basic requirement for to conduct any research. That also this chi-square test is applicable. Observations are independent and categories are mutually exclusive. It doesn't tell about the strength of the relationship. See, we can say this is one of the main drawback, but why I'm going to choose this as a purpose, it doesn't tell about the strength of the relationship, but it is show the relationship between 2 variables in which factor, whether it's 50% relationship, 60% relationship, or it is 100% relationship, that can find out after the analysis. So these are all main purpose we are going to apply chi-square test. The second one, the Friedman's 2-way. Either we can call the Friedman test. This is one of the non-parametric statistical tool we can use to compare 3 or more related groups. Here we should know what you mean by the group, how it is framing. Say for example, age of respondent, maybe less than 15, 16 to 30, 31 to 45, 41 to 60 age. This is called one type of groups, means age. Second one is annual income, less than 20K, 20 to 40K, 40 to 60, 60 to 80. This is one type of groups. Third one, like education, SSLC, less than PUC, less than degree or UG or PG, whatever. So mainly the what we called socio demographic factors we are going to consider while applying the Friedman two variables. Friedman test we can use when demographic factors are there. The purpose to determine significant difference between three or more groups. I told you age, qualification, annual income, these are all called as a group. When we are going to find out the significant relationship between these two variables, the Friedman test is helpful. Data are ranked or cardinal. So ordinal data can be ranked based on ordinal. So rank 1, 2, 3, that way up to 10 ranks we can find out based on the ordinal scale. Groups are independent or related. Group may be independent or group may be interrelated. Say for example, age of the respondent is relationship with the income of the respondent. So income is the one of the group, age is one type of group. Income is based on the age or age is based on the income. This both can be correlate. That's why group are interdependent or interrelated from one to one. That's why at the time we are going to use this Friedman two-way test. The test is used as an alternative the one-way repeated measures of ANOVA. So instead of ANOVA, we can use this Friedman test. We can get the result in the same. Post hoc test can be used. See, this is what is a Wilcoxon signed test rank or Wilcoxon signed rank test. Instead of this Friedman test, we can go for post hoc test because post hoc test is the next version of Friedman two-way test. That's why we are going to call it as the post hoc test can be used. Third one, the Kruskal Valley. Why this Kruskal Valley test we are going to use? What is the difference between that Kruskal Valley and Mann Whitney test or Friedman test? What is the difference are there? Mainly, there are significant difference between three or more groups, which is used to determine if there is any significant differences between. When you find out the difference between 2 to 3 variables, then Kruskal Valley test can be applied. See, I repeat once again. This is the application for to find out the significant differences, not relationship. Both are different. When Kruskal Valley, we are going to use the significant differences between 2 to 3 groups. The purpose to compare 3 or more groups to determine if they come for the same population. See, to compare 3 or more groups to determine if they come from the same population, whether the outcome or this group comes under the same group of people, whether we are going to conduct the survey for the same particular group of peoples, then you can use for Kruskal Valley test. The test significance difference between group where the data is not normally distributed or when sample size is very small. So I told you this non-parametric test can be used at the time of when data is very small. Minimum is 30. We can use this non-parametric test. And the last one is Mann-Whitney test. The Mann-Whitney test is the non-parametric statistical tool used to compare two independent groups. See, we can see the differences between these tests, Kruskal Valley or Friedman or Mann-Whitney. The compare two independent group, compared to the difference between 3 group, significant relationship between 3 groups. That is the main differences all these 3 tests. Here Mann-Whitney, we are going to use the data is when ordinal or ranked, the observation are independent, and the data is randomly selected from the population. When the data are picked randomly, where the data is available, with the help of available data, we are going to pick randomly the sample size. Then this Mann-Whitney test can be applied. What is the purpose of using this? Use when data is not normally distributed. I told you this is not based on assumption. When the data is not normally distributed, say for example, I'm going to ask the one question, customer opinion, consumer opinion, or customer opinion about the phone pay, Google Pay, or whatever the technology is nowadays. I'm not going to specify any age of people. I'm not going to specify any category or gender. This is applicable to common. That time we can use this Van-Whitney test because when data is not normally distributed. Normally distributed means we are not going to preferably we are not going to consider any group of people. This is applicable to all. Second, the data has a natural order or ranking. See, natural order means when you're going to find out from the questionnaire, assume the age 0 to less than 15 and 16 to 30. This we are going to consider as an order. And based on rank, say for example, strongly agree 1, agree 2, neutral 3, strong disagree 4, strongly disagree 5. That place time we are going to use this Mann-Whitney as applicable. It's suitable for small size and specifically for comparing two independent group. So for this purpose, we are going to use this Mann-Whitney test under the non-parametric. Before going to analysis or SPSS practical, you should know that what do you mean by reliability analysis? Generally, what happens, the people they are going to frame the questionnaires, they can go for survey and they can collect the data and they are going to go for analysis interpretation. But the people should know whether the question is suitable for the particular topic, whether objectives is suitable for the particular topic and hypothesis. Everything you have to analyze. Then we are going to frame the questionnaire. The questionnaire must be related to the topic of the study. And we have to study whether the questionnaire is suitable the topic. How we can find out? By applying reliable analysis, we can find out oh, this question comes under this particular topic is suitable. How we are going to find out? With the help of Cronbach alpha. The Cronbach alpha is a measures internal consistency reliability. It is essential to ensure the data is trustworthy and accurate. I told you whether the collection data, whether a questionnaire which is trustworthy or it comes under suitable for the topic, that can be found out in Cronbach alpha. If Cronbach alpha shows between 7 to 8, which is acceptable, means Cronbach alpha result which comes between 7 to 8, then our questionnaire is acceptable. If Cronbach alpha result comes 8 to 9, the questionnaire is good with respect to the title. If Cronbach alpha comes 9 to 10, our questionnaire is excellent. That means the questionnaire is perfectly suitable for the topic. So these are all main theoretical aspect before going to the conduct in statistical tools. I think you all understand. Can I proceed? Can I move?
Sir, yes, sir.
Madam, can I go for a practical part?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can move on.
Okay, here I'm going to explain. There are two what we called two pages. One is two views. One is variable view. One is data view. So wait 1 minute. Okay, I think is it visible? Yes. There are two variables. Sorry, there are two views. One is data view as well as variable view. when framing the questionnaire, first we are going to write in variable views. Like for example, first question, gender. This is the, see, before that I'm going to explain gender, age, qualification and income. These four called as demographic factors. And remaining whatever the questionnaires I have framed here after income, these are all called socio-economic questionnaires. Gender, age, qualification and income is comes under, generally we can call it as a demographic factors. And come to name. Second one is type. There are two types, mainly preferable. We are going to prefer two types. One is numeric as well as string. There are two differences are there. When we are going to give values in terms of numerical data like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, strongly agree, or disagree, then you are going to choose numerical data as numeric. When you are going to use string, both alphanumeric characters, then you are going to apply string. But most of the time you are going to prefer only numeric. Then this is the width and decimal. We can increase the width and we can increase the decimal, not an issue. Then label what it represents, gender of the respondent. This is the first question, gender of respondent. Then values, see here, okay. Value 1 represents male, value 2 represents female. Then missing value, there is no missing value at all. Column, alignment right or left, whatever. See, this is the important. Either nominal or ordinal or scale. Most of this time we are going to use scale when the option is numerical data. Say for example, age 15 to 20, 20 to 30, and income like less than 20,000, 20 to 40,000. That time you can use scale. And we are going to use this nominal value when the when the output or when the option is gender like male, female, alphabet. And this is input, the same again. Then yeah, now come to second question. Yeah, second one is age. Same, there is no difference at all. When you're going to prepare the questionnaires, you have to follow same age. They also numeric. Only we have to consider values. 1 below 20, 21 to 30, like this. Then you have to go for measures, which is scale, qualification, SSLC, PUC, UG, PG degree, others. Then this is ordinal. Then annual income, again scale, which is below 20K, 21 to 30, like this. So here, then after fifth, see here, from here onwards, the question you can see, how important is financial independence to you when taking investment decision. So from here onwards, we can call it as a socio-economic aspect. When socio-economic aspect, we can give ordinal scale, not an issue. We can give ordinal scale. You can also consider scale, that's not an issue, not a problem. When you're going to frame, here I'm going to, I done only 9 questions. As of now, I told you already 30-30 formula that is required. 30 questions is required and 30 respondents is required. But what I suggested, my suggestion is here, I done survey 30. This is the respondent values, 30 respondents, but I framed only 9 questions. If I frame 30 question, and if I am not frame 30 question, what will happen? You can see here. See, first I'm going to find out the reliability, analyze, scale, reliability analysis. See here, I'm going to give only one age of respondent here. Then you can see, you can frame like this. Okay, sorry, 2, we have to take 2 variables. Okay, and the income already took, age of respondent took. Yeah, now, okay. Yeah, see here. Now the answer is it come only 0.214. I told you this should be always come above 7. But why this reliability Cronbach alpha shows less than 3 means 2.1? Because I am not framed 30 questions. There's some main differences are there. I told you minimum 30 questions, minimum 30 respondent and 30 questions will be there. If the question only 9, the reliability will not come. Okay, the data is, the respondent is 30, but question only 5. Minimum 25 is required when you are going to find out the reliability. Okay, when you are going to find out the reliability, see the result. If you frame 30 questions and 30 respondents, you will may get more than 7. Then the reliability, then your questionnaire is suitable for your research topic that it represents. Now come to the second question, second type of analysis. What we are going to frame here, from non-parametric test as a chi-square. We are going to analyze chi-square. I'm going to analyze the chi-square test. Analyze. See here non-parametric, then legacy dialog, then chi-square. See here chi-square values are there. Values is there. I am going to transfer this value here. You may transfer anyone or you may transfer all these variables, not an issue, because the chi-square says there is we have to find out whether is the relationship between variables or not. We can give all variables, you can find out is a relationship between all variables or not, or you can give any one or two variables, that also we can see. This we can put here and we can put here. You can find out relationship between gender and age. You can also put like this. Then we are going to find out relation between 1 to 1. Then exact asymmetric count values, continue, and you have to give some options. See, descriptive statistics important, continue, then okay. See, you got the result here. Descriptive statistics here, and the chi-square test. This is the relationship between gender male and female, age, this like this. We are to consider only at the end of this table test statistics. See here chi-square asymmetric significance. If asymmetric significance value less than the table value, then our what we called null hypothesis rejected, alternative hypothesis accepted. How we are going to find out whether it is suitable or not? See, you can see here gender, age of respondent. See, asymmetric value 0.715, but chi-square table value 0.133. See 10 point, 7 point, 6 point, 7 point, 3 point. But here the significance value less than 1, 0.07, 0.0, 0.49, 0.558. That means your the p value, significance means p value. P value is less than the table value, then the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. That we have to give some conclusion with respect to chi-square. The next is Friedman two-way. How we are going to find out the Friedman two-way? We can go to analyze, then non-parametric, then related samples. See here, the given here related samples. You can click here, related samples. Go to settings. See, choose customize test first. Then you can select this Friedman's two-way ANOVA. Friedman's two-way is a part of non-parametric test. Then go for field. Select any two variables. One is I'm going to select age of respondents, one thing. Second one, I'm going to find out annual income. Right. Why I'm selecting these age of respondent and annual income? Both are numerical data which can consider as a scale. I cannot go this one because this is a different variables, because this is the different scale. This is ordinal scale. This is nominal scale, but this is the scale where the numerical data can be shown and the age of respondents and annual income. Then you can Run. See. Now you can see here non-parametric. See, Friedman two-way analysis. See, p-value, asymmetric significance, two-sided list. P-value is 0.000. That means the p-value is less than 5% significance level. That means null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis accepted. What does that mean? Age of respondent and annual income both are interrelated. Age of respondents depending upon the annual income is depending upon the age of respondent. This is my hypothesis. H0 is null hypothesis reject. H1 is alternative hypothesis accept. My question is there a relationship between age of the people and annual income of the respondents? Yes, I proved that there is a relationship between age of respondent and annual income. How we are going to conclusion? See, p-value becomes 0.000. If p-value becomes 0, less than 5% significance, then null hypothesis rejected, alternative hypothesis accepted. That we are going to prove here. So this is the Friedman test. Then you can go for Kruskal Wallis. This is the third one, Kruskal Wallis test. How we are going to analyze? First we can go to analyze, then non-parametric, then independent samples. We can select, first we can select settings, customize test. See here, Kruskal Wallis one-way ANOVA. You can select the Kruskal Wallis, then go to field, select two variables. One is, I'm going to select the gender. I'm going to select the gender because gender is the group, and one of the demographic socioeconomic factor, how important is financial independence, that I'm going to select here test fields. I'm going to run the test. See, now we got the result, Kruskal Wallis test. See, significance p-value less than 5%. 5% means what? 0.5 like 5. When we are going to find out the decimal, we can call it as a 0.05. When you are going to call the numerical, we can call it as 5%. So here 0.23. 0.23% means less than 0.5%. So null hypothesis rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. So this is the proof that there is no significance relation. There is a significance relationship between these two variables. One is nominal and one is ordinal. That we can find out proved here with the help of this p-value. And the last one, we can find out Mann-Whitney test. So the Mann-Whitney called Mann-Whitney U test. How we are going to analyze? First go to analyze, non-parametric, independent sample, then go to settings, again customize mine. Instead of Kruskal Wallis, I'm going to select Mann-Whitney variable, then selecting the fields, I'm going to choose two variables. One is same, how important is a financial independence, and gender. I'm going to run the test. Yes, I got the result here. See, Mann-Whitney U test. Under Mann-Whitney U test, I'm going to find out the significance value. Significance two-sided value means p-value. P-value is 0.27. That is less than the 5%. So when the less than p-value is less than the 5%, or p-value when less than the table values, we can call it as null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. What we are going to prove here, there is a relationship between gender as well as investment pattern of the respondents. So this we are going to prove that there is a relationship between two variables with the help of this chi-square, Mann-Whitney, or Kruskal Wallis or Friedman test. Both all these statistical tests we are going to use to find out whether the relationship is there or not. So we proved here. Okay, I think a test you are understand. Any other queries or questions, please let me know.
Dear participants, since Sir has given you expertise in the practical session, any doubt you can ask Sir now. Any queries?
Again, I'm going to share my email ID and as well as contact number. Please, any information you want, please ping me on this email ID or my contact number. Wait.
So there's a question being posted, Sir. When
Okay.
is the Mann Whitney U test appropriate?
And is the man zero when the result came 0.05. If the p value is less than 0.05, then we can go for Mann-Whitney test. Mann-Whitney test use only at the time of two numerical data. That means scale. When the two scales are relationship, then we can go for Mann-Whitney test.
And next question is, Sir, can you please explain how to enter the data collection from the questionnaire?
Sure. Once okay, you can wait one minute. I'm going
Yes,
to
sir. Yes, sir.
show you here. Super. I think is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
There are two views. One is variable view and data view. First, we have to go for variable view when you are going to frame the questionnaire. See, I'm going to write here one question. Say, for example, first we can go for, you should not get confused. That's why I'm going to write the question in the label, because we have to write label column brief about the question. Like, I'm going to write once again this annual income of respondent. This is the one of the question. See, once you enter the question, automatically these data will come. But you have to reframe this. See, annual income. Then you can go to name column. Here should not give any space, right? Income of respondent. Only the first word of the question, annual income of the respondent. Then the numerical value here. I told you two types. One is numerical and string. When you are going to give that numerical data, like age between 20, 30, you can go for numeric. Okay. And see here, right side, width and decimal, both here the given. If you want to increase, you can go for increase 9 or you can increase 3. But this statistic SPSS itself is included 8 and 9. That's why I'm not going to change anything. I think is enough for 8 and 2 decimal is enough. Okay. Width decimal and alpha income, annual income. See, now come to here, values. Go here, click on the 3 dots, open. One, you can go to label tab, less than 15 years. Add. 2, tab 16 to 24. You can change anything, not an issue. Add. Then 3, 25 to 35, like that we can add. Then you can go to OK. Now this is came. Now go to tab, next missing values, column, right, then go to unknown. Here we have to give scale. So these types we are going to frame the question. Then you can go to data view. See here, data view, I mentioned here annual incomes of respondents. I'm going to write 2, then enter. Sorry. Where is enter? Okay, wait. Make sure. This type, because this is the a recorded already saved version, it is not showing. You can once you are going to use this SPSS, then you can it will, the answer will come the relation, the age between 16 to 24, because this is already stored data. You cannot reframe this. Once you are using the SPSS in manual, then it will come here, it will come 16 to 24. If you write mentioned here 1, then it will come see like this. I'm going to write here 2, right here next 3, sorry, backspace, enter, 3, enter, 5, right? So 5, I'm not given 5, again 2, enter, 1, like this, 3, like this. And if you want to check once again, you can see here the top, A to 1, 1 to A, again, like this. So this type of questions we are going to enter in the SPSS software. I think your doubt is clear now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
So there are a few more questions in the comment box. Like, can I ask you, sir, or you're going to address
You
them?
can send me in my WhatsApp number, or you can send me in my email ID. I'm going to mention here. Then I will reply to you. You can share the consent the respondent or the audience.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. So, dear participants, sir will be posting his personal contact number and the email ID. So, kindly ask your queries to sir personally. He'll be addressing each of your questions personally. His sir has posted his email ID and contact number. Kindly make a note of it. Mr. Murugesan, Gayatri, Mrs. Gayatri, Rakshana, Mrs. Rakshana. So please take sir's number so that you can contact him and have a detailed discussion on the topic.
Okay. Right. Just I posted my contact number and email ID. If anybody having any doubts, please you can contact me, the audience.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So since we have come to the last part of the session and the program, requesting all the participants to unmute your video for a photo session, please. The feedback link has also been posted. Participants, please unmute your video for a photo session. Okay, participants, thank you. The feedback form has been posted. The feedback link. Kindly fill the feedback form.
Thank you, one and all. Thank you, madam, and thank you, dear participants. Madam, can I signing out?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Sure,
you.
madam.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
just 2 minutes. Sir.
Sure. Okay, right.
Thank you is such a prayer that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by heart. I feel much indebted to propose the vote of thanks. On behalf of the organizing committee, our highest gratitude is the blessing of the Almighty. Without His grace, nothing can exist. Our soulful thanks goes to our administrator, Reverend Sister Dr. M. Baby, and our beloved principal, Dr. R. Rubin, for their continuous motivation and support, and also for approving this FTP. Thank you, sister. Thank you, principal, sir.
Okay,
My
madam.
deepest gratitude is expressed towards all the resource persons who have shared their expertise in throughout the program. Our heartfelt thanks to all the participants who have made this session happen. Without you, this FTP could have not been a grand success. Thank you, dear participants. A great thanks to our system admin, Mr. Harish, and his team for a flawless technical support throughout the program. My great indebt goes to the convener, Mrs. M. Christina, Head Department of Business Administration, for her always continuous support with us. And thank you all, dear participants. This is your moderator, Anita, signing off, greeting you all a good day forward. Thank you. Happy learning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you very
sir.
much. Yeah, madam. Thank
Thank
you.
you, dear participants.
Okay,
Thank
madam.
you.
Thank you. Signing out. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Participants, I'll once again post the female feedback link. Kindly fill the link for your e-certificate. Your e-certificates will reach you shortly within 2 working days.
Thank you, madam, for wonderful success of conducting our 5 days FTP program. Thank you. It's useful for our faculty community. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Yes,
so
thank you,
much.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thanks for the words.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
this is
can I
Dr.
fill the
Preeti,
form in
Associate Professor from
WhatsApp
BSc College speaking.
platform? Where
Thank
can I fill the
You can
feedback form?
check my attendance. I have attended, but first 2 days as I've joined in YouTube, I was unable to fill the feedback form, ma'am.
Yes, Preeti ma'am. You have attended today and yesterday, isn't it, ma'am? We'll
No,
just check
ma'am, the
out.
previous also I have attended,
Yes,
ma'am,
ma'am. Yes,
YouTube.
ma'am. We'll check the YouTube live streaming and we'll
Okay,
send you
ma'am.
the feedback e-certificate. Thank you, Preeti ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am,
Regina
thank
ma'am. Regina ma'am, you were telling me something. Any queries, Regina ma'am? Ma'am, your audio
Yes, ma'am.
is. Yes, ma'am, you were telling me something.
Yes, ma'am. It was actually the wonderful session for the past 5 days I've been attending, and I'm a research scholar too. It is really beneficial, and everyone was really actively participated, and all the teachers recruited. This was excellent, and thank you for sharing the knowledge with us, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Regina ma'am. We look
Thank
forward to many FTPs. Please do attend all the FTPs which is organized by our college, St. Joseph Arts and Science from
you,
Chennai.
ma'am. We are wishing for sure, sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all the dear participants. Thanks for all the wonderful gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manigandan sir, Akshaya ma'am, Sophie
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. If you fill the feedback link, you can leave the meeting. Sai Shankar sir, the feedback form link has been posted. I'll post it once again for you.